Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ball Breakers. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and YouTube. The show is brought to you by Halo Creations. Go visit the Etsy shop at Halo Creations _ on Instagram's bio, and you'll be able to buy a Ball Breakers t-shirt as well as any game day tees brought to you by at Halo Creations. Use code BallBreakers10, all one word, to get 10% off any item on the Etsy shop. We unfortunately experienced technical difficulties while recording the beginning of the Q&A segment, so I want to transition into the conversation we were having while answering one of the questions by BG Bowlies on Instagram, John Garnieri, that asked if you got to be excellent at one of the non-athletic sports, bowling, billiards, darts, cornhole, etc., which would you choose and why?
Having a mastery at one of those things seems like it would be awesome. I know what my answer is, but I'll let you go first.
I don't want to take anyone's answer.
Well, you go first, Chris. You already know.
I'll go first.
What's your problem?
Obviously, we can all probably have the same answer. What do you mean?
Because it wasn't one of the examples.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. Well, you don't.
Fair
It doesn't
enough.
have to be one of the examples. You
I
can
know.
pick if you
so I
want
to
to be
see
like.
someone else's thinking
Okay.
similar.
Well, I'll go first, and one of mine is one of the examples, and it's pool. I think that being really good at pool is like, I wish.
Mm-hmm.
Like I enjoy pool, and I wouldn't say I'm good at it. Actually, I'm pretty average at it. But have you ever played? We played before,
Yeah,
and when you make a nice shot, it's one of the most satisfying things. Just imagine being able to hit any shot, any bank shot, any backspin, anything.
I just watched a video on trick shots on pool, and they're like the sickest trick shots you'll ever
I know,
see.
and I would be able to just beat anybody. I don't think that I would want to hustle people because I probably get beat up, but I would play people for money and shit.
That's a good answer.
Thanks.
What were you thinking?
No, you go ahead, Rocco. You already knew what you were gonna say.
Poker.
Okay.
Poker. Yeah.
Is that like a sport?
I guess we'll take it. I've heard poker referred to as a sport before. I don't know how.
I guess it's growing more as a sport, but I don't consider it a sport.
I'll ask Google, is poker a sport?
That just
See what they say.
I mean,
It's a sport because it's played for entertainment, is competitive, and almost always requires both physical and mental prowess in order to consistently play and win at the highest levels.
Poker is a sport. Stamped.
Okay.
That's
Google
a really.
said so it must be true.
yeah, if the
I've
internet
never
says it's
thought
true.
about what the definition of a sport is, but that really put it into perspective, I think. So I guess poker's a sport. So elaborate. Why would you want to be that good at poker? To be rich?
I just think there's nothing cooler than... The reason why I say poker is because I would love to be good at reading hands, and I don't think there's anything cooler than just calling out your opponent's hand.
Just knowing what they have.
Yeah, just
and
a,
basing your decisions
I could
off
tell you
that.
what's cooler than that is probably cashing at like 500 million or whatever. That's probably cooler than
That's
reading
a
your
lot of
opponent's
money.
hand.
mm-hmm.
500 million. I don't know if
Ooh.
there's ever been a poker tournament that big.
Well, I'm just saying
there has
to
to
win
have
a
been,
lot of
but-
money is probably cooler than that.
Before you know there's actually a lot of tests for steroids for people who play chess. I don't know the exact reason why, but it was a Snapple fact that I had one day.
Snapple facts are not facts.
I think Snapple facts are just fake news
Look
at
it
this
up.
point.
They test for steroids for chess.
So what you want me to say, hey, Siri. Are you on that shit, Earl? Oh, my God.
Hey, Siri.
Oh, Siri, relax.
The first thing that comes up when you Google it says, does chess players take Adderall? I'll believe that.
Yeah.
But all right, well, there's a question on Quora, and it asks, is there a steroid equivalent for chess players? I guess they're going with Adderall, but
I'm telling you, there was something realistic about it that I remember.
Well, what's so realistic about that?
Because I was like, why would you take... It was a multiple choice question. I don't remember where I saw it, and I didn't pick chess. It was like 3 other sports that you would think steroids would be used for, and it was chess. And I was
So
like...
you got a multiple choice question on your Snapple fact. I just don't believe that.
No, it wasn't a Snapple fact.
your story is definitely
It's
mixed up.
losing credibility.
Yes.
It's losing credibility. You're right. But I promise you it was something I've seen in my past.
Okay, so
It's probably multiple choice on
It's
there.
possible because there is an anti-doping agency for chess. They just added it, FIDE. I don't even have it up anymore. I don't remember what it stands for. But there is an anti-doping agency for chess, for some reason.
There you go.
I guess.
But apparently drugs are not a problem in chess. They're more focused on computer surreptitious cheating, whatever that
What
means.
in the
Well, that's
God's
because there's a
name is
lot of
that?
chess, like online chess, right?
I guess, but I feel like the most tournaments would be in person now.
Yeah.
What
Guess
if-
you're right.
What's your sport, Earl?
I think I'm going to go with an answer of cornhole. I think I'm pretty good at cornhole.
That was my second.
I'm definitely better than all three of you guys. And I just think it would be fun if I was like a really good professional cornhole player. I would just crush guys in yard games.
Air mallet.
Drinking beer, crushing, making an ace every time. What do you even call that when you make all four?
You ever watch
Cornhole.
like the tournaments?
No,
on
when
there?
you make all four holes. Is there like a term for that in cornhole?
Is that not cornhole? If you make all four in the hole?
You say
It's
"Woo,
called cornhole?
No, I never heard that.
An ace sounds more realistic. I mean, I'll just.
Do you ever
I'll
watch?
just
You
Hey,
ever
might as
watch
well
a
look it up.
tournament?
Oh,
on there?
dude, I watch so many Facebook videos when I get in those rabbit holes at like 2 a.m, and I'm just nonstop
They're
watching like E
awesome.
ESPN The Ocho. Like they're just crushing cornhole.
I'll watch chiropractic
They don't
videos.
miss.
A
For-
four-bagger.
A
That's what it says
four-bagger?
on here.
I like an ace. I'm gonna roll with an ace.
Mhm. Ace sounds more like
I like a
professional.
four-bagger. That's. But no, I know what you mean. It is really satisfying when you make it in.
And I just
In
think it would be
cornhole.
cool, like if I ever went out, someone's like, "Oh, Earl's gonna be my partner this game. We're just gonna be crushing
You're just gonna be
aces.
carrying the whole time.
Maybe win some money. Who knows? There's a lot of like local cornhole tournaments.
Yeah.
People would probably be frowned upon though. They would be upset with me if I was like a professional player just crushing local tournaments.
Well, and if you were a professional, I mean, that would get to a point where you're making money off of it. Well, anything really, if we're perfecting the craft here. But imagine making money off cornhole. That's not something anybody can say.
I wonder how much they get paid for sponsorships.
Probably not much.
Yeah, like maybe 5 figures.
Probably more in tournament winnings. If anything, that seems like probably what would be the bulk of their income. But
No, they probably have like a lot of clothing deals. Like if you watch those videos, I don't even remember. Do they wear jerseys or something like that, shirts with their sponsor? I imagine it's going to be more like poker. Like you wear like a full tilt hat, and full tilt gives you like so much money for wearing it.
There's I don't know the guy's name, the one that says "Whoever you think you are, I am." Like those shirts that they wear, I think there's like a lot of
that was
sponsorships.
a
for
bowling guy.
Yeah, I forget his name. That's a shame that I forget his name. I shouldn't.
That guy's a legend. I
Yeah.
actually got really upset because I love that clip of him, and I had watched this video, and he was explaining why did he do what he did, like why did I say that, and like the video just makes it all the like less satisfying.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because he meant to say something else, right?
So there, he was saying there was a kid in the crowd. I mean, he didn't say how old the kid was, but the kid was basically heckling him, saying like, "You suck, you're gonna
Yeah, he was
lose."
chirping
And
him.
what he turned around and what he had wanted to say was, "Who do you think you're talking to? I'm the best." And what actually came out of his mouth was, "Whatever you think you are, I am." And it ended up being one of the best sports quotes of all time, and it just ruined it for me when I watched that.
Yeah.
So
It took away from the organicness of it. So this here says that professional cornhole players make between $5,000 and $25,000 per year. They make money from sponsorship endorsements and tournament purses. So it doesn't look like there's much money in cornhole.
yeah.
I would imagine though there isn't. They probably spend like what, maybe 2 hours a day practicing, if anything. If you're making
I
that
mean,
much.
I don't know, to be honest. But I know billiards is a big time. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of money in billiards.
What are you rolling with, Doc?
So I was thinking about two different things. It was either can jam, but I'm gonna go wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball, that's
Wiffle
You ever
ball.
see the wiffle ball? They have like professional wiffle ball.
I feel like you
leagues.
might need some like athletics though to be a wiffle ball player.
I
right?
mean,
Mm-hmm.
You definitely
I
have
guess.
to
because
be
wiffle
athletic.
ball is kind of just like it's just
It's
like
just like-
baseball or softball.
honestly,
yeah, but
you
you're
just-
not running. You're not.
Oh, you don't
it's-
run
You're
in
just
wiffle ball?
pitching and hitting. No.
Oh, really?
There's
not in
like
the-
fielders.
Yeah, but there's
they're-
fielders. But
It's kind of like if the ball lands this far, it's a double. If it goes this far, and then if it goes over the fence, it's a
Yeah.
home run.
In the professional like wiffle ball league,
yeah,
Yeah, like you don't run the bases and all that.
I
Oh,
didn't know that.
I
That's
did not
just
know
too
that
much.
either.
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Well, because I saw. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was like this headline on Twitter. I saw it one day. It was this kid who was like one of the best wiffle ball like pitchers, and he got invited to like the LSU baseball camp to like come in and pitch, and he walked on and is like a pitcher for LSU, and it's like the coolest story ever.
Is he good? Actually?
Yeah, like he's
do you
pretty
have
good.
a backup? Let's say just for conversational sake.
Probably Can Jam.
Can Jam?
Yeah, I think Can
Because
Jam's
we don't really
awesome.
know if John is going to deem wiffle ball as
Yeah,
athletic
fair
or
enough.
not. So we'll have like
Right.
a
But I think
Okay.
anything that we've said so
I
far
mean,
requires athleticism,
yeah.
though. Just
Well-
how much of it. It takes athleticism to be able to be perfect at cornhole.
Yeah,
Not like crazy athleticism like dunking a basketball, but
It's
like
coordination. It's not athleticism.
coordination.
well,
Yeah.
You don't think? I mean, Can Jam, you just have to know how to throw a frisbee,
How would you?
right? I don't.
there could be some athletic. It's always got to be Doc, man.
Why?
Doc's
But yeah,
always
but
gotta-
Can Jam, you're
No,
not
no.
going
Can
crazy.
Jam falls
like,
into this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Can Jam.
That's a backyard sport.
There's some athleticism that has to go down in Can Jam. Think about when you're diving to get that one pointer to hit the
Yeah,
can.
but if you're that good at throwing a frisbee, you're not even gonna have to make your
yeah,
partner dive.
just Can Jam it the whole time. What do you what do you call it when you get in the hole? Is it Can
it's
Jam?
a can jam, yeah.
yeah.
Is this
Well,
a
you
fact?
know how
Well, what about when you
Yeah,
get a
yeah.
dunk?
like
What do you call that?
a dunk. Oh, you mean in can jam?
Yeah, like when it soars over the top and you slap that in. Why can't that be a Can
That's
Jam?
just a 3-pointer, brother.
I have no idea.
I love Can Jam.
Me
I
too.
know.
I think it's great.
But you know what I'm thinking about is imagine like really high level can jam. It's
Yeah.
probably very tactical. Like they probably choose when to get a 3, when to
Yeah. No. Yeah,
hit
you're
the
right.
hit the barrel.
Like
but-
I'm not smart enough for that.
Nah, but if you played enough, you'd get
Yeah.
it. But
I
I
would-
wonder if those guys can just hit can jam every time
Yeah.
or most
Probably.
of the time.
I mean, if someone can, a lot of the professional cornhole players can 4-bag it or whatever you want, whatever
Mhm.
it's called every time.
I feel like they have to play farther away though, like professional
jam,
can
yeah.
jam.
Can you tap it into the can jam and still get a can jam? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like redirect it into the can jam.
I mean, the odds of that are very slim.
I know, but like if you do it, does that count?
I'm sure it's still.
If there was
counts.
like a professional league, I mean, I'm sure they have a rule for it, but I know we don't. When
I was
we
gonna
play,
say,
we don't ever really.
I
talk
I want to
about that.
know the exact rules to can jam. Like I feel like everybody has their own set rules to can jam, right?
like professional rules.
yeah,
to
what are the
can jam.
professional rules of can jam? Because we all do different things.
Dude, speaking of
Probably would
frisbees,
take away from it a little bit.
have you guys ever watched like frisbee golf or disc golf videos?
Disc golf's cool.
Did you see the guy who just signed like a what was it, $10 million or $1 million contract for disc golf?
What?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Wait,
you didn't see that.
10 million
Barstool
and
was
one is
talking
a
about
big
it.
difference.
It was either $1 million or $10 million. Like, I mean, even
Nowhere
no,
in
but
between.
a million. Yeah, but $1 million for disc golf is like insane too. They were saying.
I don't understand. Like,
Look it up. It's just it
this
happened
guy
recent.
Just that.
I don't know if he signed it, if it was a sponsorship or if it
Paul
was,
Macbeth.
Yeah, him, Macbeth. That's his
Paul
name.
Macbeth signs 10-year, $10 million contract extension with who?
I don't know. I saw it and I was like, yeah, that's wild. We have to get in the disc golf. Like
The reason I say it, so the guy that writes my Olympic weightlifting program, I mean, this guy's a phenomenal athlete. I met him a couple years ago. His name's Aaron, but he always posts videos of him like practicing disc golf, and it's like so satisfying. Like he takes a video and he puts his phone in the cage, and then he goes so far away and just wings this thing into the cage, and it's so cool coming in. And then I think last week he said he broke his phone camera because he actually
my
hit the
God.
phone too hard in the cage, but it's really satisfying.
Well, you know how much precision and like calculation has to go into throwing one of those things to make it land perfectly.
we should go do it one day. They have a
There's one
like
in Voorhees.
yeah, and there's one in Pittman too. I think right outside
Disc
Glassboro.
golf place?
Yeah, my one professor was telling me we should do it. It's like
I
really
would
fun.
love to do that.
Yo, you know what I was thinking about? We should have like a film or a camera with us at all times when we go to Tampa. Maybe throw like a ballbreakers podcast in Tampa.
I don't. I'm just gonna say I just don't think that's a good idea.
That'd be cool though. If we were like on like a Tampa beach recording some shit.
I mean, we're podcasters. We're not vloggers. I'm not
I don't
gonna be
know.
out- I'm not going to be out there
Yeah.
like Jake Paul with my,
With like a posse and
vlogging my day.
I don't know why that idea popped in my head.
Yeah, we're talking about disc golf here.
Yeah,
you
that
just had to ruin the conversation.
I did.
Yeah,
I
that
completely-
was like completely out of left field.
I was thinking about that at work today. That's why. I was like, yo, what if we went to Tampa and had like a Tampa edition of Ball Breakers? That I did completely ruin the conversation though.
Well, maybe you can record something or like coordinate some kind of video or something for YouTube.
All right, whatever. To get back onto the disc golf conversation, did you ever have a bad day where you just can't throw the frisbee right?
Playing can jam?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes out there on the beach it's tough. And Doc always gets the side with that the wind favors him.
We're a pretty dominant team in Can Jam, though.
Yeah, we're all right. I'm better.
No, but
Okay,
we're a
but
good team.
hold on. So let me ask part 2 of this question.
Yeah, so that's the reason I wanted Doc to pick a different sport, just for conversation's sake, because I knew that we had a second question
Is Can
coming.
Jam not okay?
No, I like hand jam.
Okay.
I like hand jam better than whiff ball, just for the conversational sake.
I was gonna pick cornhole, but you picked it, so I was like, yeah, let's switch it up here.
Okay.
So this is funny. The second part of the question is, out of the 4 sports selected, so we have billiards. What'd you pick, Rock?
Poker.
Billiards, poker, can jam, and cornhole. Out of us 4, who would win a triathalon or I guess a quadrathlon? Is that a word?
I just chose.
Yeah, we'll just call it a triathlon.
A triathlon of all 4 of those things.
I just gave Doc a sport because he's not even that good at poker, but he's just going to hit runner on me and call it the day.
So I think I would beat you guys in all 4.
All right, so wait, hold on.
So we could probably take it one at a time, but I mean, are any of you guys good at billiards?
Yeah, I'm probably way better than you.
Earl's very good.
Remember when I won that tournament at your house, though?
Yeah, but like I was like probably drunk.
It doesn't
No,
matter.
you weren't.
If you were probably drunk, I was probably drunk too. and
No, I
won.
don't see it.
So I think I'm taking billiards.
I no shot.
I just think when you say in a tournament, like there was a couple guys in that there was a couple guys in that tournament that were better than both of us. Maybe I got knocked out in a round before. I didn't play you in the last game.
Yeah, because I made it and you didn't.
Yeah, but there was guys better there though. Maybe you got the easy bracket, sort of
don't know.
thing. I mean, we'll never know until we do. And this is something we could potentially do.
We could play billiards.
Ballbreakers triathlon, or what is it? Is that
Ballbreakers billiards.
Quad-athlon, I guess.
So
Can Jam, so we would have Can Jam would
Yeah,
be
it
there
would
would
be
be
Jam's
2
a team
winners.
sport, yeah.
So, well, me and Doc are always a team in Can Jam.
Me and Earl would crush you guys.
I don't think
I don't
so.
want you to drag me into your.
So I'll switch. I'll just say bowling then,
Bowling, yeah. Well,
because I think we're all like probably pretty even in bowling. Chris could be
I'm
a
pretty
little
bad
better,
at bowling.
but
I'm pretty
Me
bad.
too.
I would beat you in bowling. I have before, and I'll do it again.
I think if there's a reputation on the line, I think I'm going to come out on top in bowling. I have my own ball.
Chris, I've seen you play cornhole, and I don't think that you're like
No, that's the
anything
thing.
impressive at all.
I'm not very good at
So that was
cornhole.
gonna say that cornhole's tough, because like there could be like you have, I don't know. It's any of the sports or in whatever we call these. But like I could have a good day in cornhole or a bad day in cornhole, or you can have a bad day. I
I've
don't know.
never had a bad day.
Yeah,
I don't
can.
know, I
I
think-
think I'm taking cornhole.
Earl's pretty good at cornhole.
All right, fine.
I
So we'll go
think,
Chris
but-
billiards, Earl cornhole.
Well, Chris, what you think
Or-
you're going to beat Rocco in poker? You think you're going to be Doc in poker? I don't think you're going to be Doc.
Chris
in
is
poker.
my probably
I-
my biggest.
I could beat anybody in poker
Yeah,
on any
anyone,
given night,
yeah.
in my opinion. But
But I'll
That's
get
like-
lucky and I'll win. Well, I'm also a better player than
if
them too.
if us 4 played a tournament, no offense, you guys, it would come down to me and Doc.
No, it
and
wouldn't.
It would be a
No,
whole
I
thing.
agree. I would probably be out first. I'm not very good
No,
at
you
poker.
or
I'm
Rock,
better
no, Rocco would
than
probably
you.
be out first.
Yeah,
You're
because
not better than me.
at
at
least
poker.
you'll know like when to fold your hand. Like he'll just go on with nothing and then get called down by me or Chris, and he'll
Rocco
lose.
thinks he can bully people in poker, and it never actually works.
I did not call my all in when I had it and fold when I didn't in the same summer.
Poker gets really
Anyway.
tough because I feel like poker, when you get a hand, every time you get a hand dealt to you, it's almost like 70-30, and 70 being what you do and 30 being what you have. Because at any time with your
Yeah.
hand, you could like get someone and just win somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But
Absolutely.
like your hand is really only 30% of it.
I love losing my mind in poker.
That's why poker is such an interesting sport, I guess we'll call it, just because interesting game. There's just so much psychology in it as opposed to actual gameplay. Just analyzing someone, analyzing the way they bet, how much they bet, all kinds of shit goes into it. That's
Yeah.
why the people that are really good are just the most observational people that you can possibly be. So that would probably come down to a one-on-one against me and Doc, and it would go on for a long time because I wouldn't want him to beat me.
Yeah, but then I'll get like a 6-2 chip lead and just bowl you.
I don't know. Why 6-2?
I don't know.
That was so specific. You could have just said like 2-1.
Nah, but that it wouldn't be that.
And
What do
you
you
also
think-
could have said 3-1.
Yeah, or
which is
3-1,
the
same
simplified
What do you think
version
about
of
bowling,
6-2.
Chris? You think you're the top guy in bowling? I personally think that you're probably the best because you're just someone that's good at odd things. That probably includes bowling.
I'm good at odd things that'll never make me money. But
So here's the thing about this. I'm gonna
Bowling
say it.
is-
Wait, hold
It'll
on.
be
Okay,
close.
wait, yeah, say it. Let's go ahead.
I will say Chris is probably the best bowler here, but I've also seen. I mean, bowling's none of us are good at bowling,
and we don't consistently bowl.
but it's kind of like poker. Like I would not want him to beat me in bowling, and I'd probably end up
It
on
would
top. So
probably
I'm gonna
be
take this
close.
triathlon.
It would be close between me and Doc for bowling.
I think this whole triathlon would be pretty close.
What
in
if I
general.
wanted to switch my answer?
To what?
Ping pong.
Ooh.
Well, come on
You
now.
still wouldn't.
Yeah, but that's that's athletic.
I have a better.
Yeah. Well, for us, it's athletic.
Nah, but
Be
I mean,
moving
ping
on
pong's
the
like a
Nah, there's-
professional sport.
You never really see a ping pong player that's like a slob.
Yeah.
Like me.
That's not
No
true.
shot.
Balls of Fury.
Oh,
Randy
That's
Daytona.
that's a movie.
Rocco, shut
Yeah,
up.
like
dude.
this is what we're talking about.
Anyway, well that's a good answer for this, kinda, even though it kinda is an athletic sport. So it was kind of a stupid answer, but I
I
love.
No, I
ping
get
pong.
it.
do. I have more of a chance,
No.
dude. I don't have a chance at any of these sports.
No, there's some
It's
non-
all right though. At least you know.
like
No, you do. You have a chance at poker. Like poker could go
I-
either way.
we all
dude.
just took like a quick pause trying to think like
Yeah.
what could Rocco possibly beat us in?
Dude,
Nah, Rocco could win in poker.
He
Just
could.
he would have to get hot. You would have to get the hands. Because you're not good at reading.
I mean,
and
Earl
you're not good
Earl
at-
could win in poker too if he's getting hands. You know, that's
Yeah.
yeah, that's below. So what? No, I'm better than you.
No, but that's
I'm
what
not better than Doc. I'm
that's what
better
I
than
was trying
you.
to say
No, you're
about
not.
poker though. Like it's 70-30. Like maybe I get these hands and I just can't win. Like maybe I don't know how to win, right?
Right.
Because
Yeah,
I don't
because
have
then-
that 70%
then-
of
then
like
the
mental
board-
toughness and
and the board comes out, and then if you're facing a good opponent like myself, or but if I start betting crazy with absolute air, and you're like, you know what, there's a hand out there that can beat me because you're smart enough to understand the game of poker, you know, be like, you know what, Doc has a straight here. I can't believe I have to fold my trips. You know what I mean? Something like that.
You started
that's where it
picking
comes
up
in.
too more, Earl.
Yeah,
When we were playing.
you're
I-
better than
summer.
Rocco.
I cashed a lot of games
I
over there
agree.
at that little place we were playing at. I cashed a couple games
You
there.
probably cashed more than me.
I think I played like 5 times, cashed like 3.
Rocco probably cashed like once, maybe out of 20
out of like
times
25
playing.
games.
You throw me ace queen, I'll lose my mind.
Well,
Yeah, you're
let's
not
hear
good.
your piece. We heard Chris's piece about how he thinks he can win.
I mean,
what do you
so,
think out of these 4 sports?
dude? So what? Billiards is one. Pool. That's no shot. You can just throw me out that.
Mhm.
Bowling, if Doc switched his, no shot. Poker, that's probably my best bet. And then what was yours?
Cornhole.
I have a good shot at cornhole because there's some. I'm not
I
saying
don't
that
think
I'm.
I've ever seen you play cornhole.
I'm not saying I'm better, but what I will say is, if I get hot where it just feels like your arm's on that line, it's over. I won't miss.
I know what you mean though. When you get in a groove, the reason I'm
it's
not
happened
good
to
at
me.
cornhole is because I think about every throw, and I change how I throw every single time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in my head.
I have a really good routine. I'll just like squeeze the bag for some reason and just like float it, but without even bending my elbow at all. Just a nice,
Just stiff arm it.
and
Yeah.
not until the follow through, and then I'll.
See, like people that are really good at it throw it with a spin on it,
Mm-mm.
like left to right spin.
I've tried that, and I don't know the former technique
That's
to
kind
it.
of how I throw it too. I could just grab the corner of the bag and flip it,
Right.
let it go.
I'm pretty sure that's the correct way to play cornhole.
Well, when you spin it, it goes through the air the way you want it. You know, when you're kind of like knuckleballing the beanbag, I'm sure that
Mhm.
there's like some sort of like not control to it.
So that's a tough one. All in all, with the
We should
to
do it.
answer the question. I'm gonna say myself, but I mean I feel like everybody would want to say
Rocco,
themselves.
the humble king over here. He's like, it's not me.
Because I'm better at actual sports. I'm better than them at basketball.
No, you're not.
I'm better. I guarantee you I can beat Chris in tennis. I don't care what he says.
I don't think you can.
I don't think
You
you
really
can.
If
either.
you
Yeah.
if you let me practice with you, I'll beat you.
Like
Chris
there's
does-
always
Chris
got to
doesn't
be
even
some kind
practice.
of Rocco twist.
Well,
to
yeah,
it. Like,
just
do you
let
want
me-
to play me in tennis or
Like
not?
I won't. I want to get like a practice game in before I play you. Because I tried getting too much topspin on it the last time I played you, and I was just hitting weaklings.
Yeah,
I overthought it.
I
But if
would
I
let
play you
you-
again, I'll kill you.
I don't think so. I really don't.
Like, what
Just-
other sports are you better than us athletically at?
Me?
That are athletic sports, I mean. What are you better than us at?
Dude, deck hockey.
Not me.
Softball, easy.
Nah.
Yeah, but
You
like,
suck at
Here
softball.
we
but like
go.
these are like really like weird answers. Like
No, I don't.
they're team sports that you're naming here besides tennis and
Yeah,
basketball.
you're acting like I'm going to play you one-on-one in a softball game.
Well-
like what's Doc gonna face
Yeah.
you on the mound?
That's how bad you are. I'd probably strike you out.
No, you won. I had less errors.
You
at
played
second
catcher.
base. I had less errors at
Oh.
second base and catcher than you did at second base.
Okay.
So
What's next?
Well, what
I-
other sports, Rocco, are there that you can beat us in?
I don't know. I'm golf for sure.
Yeah, you can beat us.
you
in
Yeah.
got golf.
Definitely.
You're the
not golf.
golfer of this podcast.
There you go.
I had a real bad outing last time though.
I hope that gives you some sense of pride.
All right, so
You're the
Rocco
golf
knows
guy.
he's not going to win in anything. Chris thinks he's going to win. Thanks, Doc.
I'm going to win.
In what games are you going to lose in any of them?
Yeah, I'll probably lose in billiards.
But if you win 3 out of 4, you take the crown.
But if you think about it, you could win 2 out of 4 and just hope that someone who's in second doesn't win.
So what happens if
There's a
I
point
win
system.
2 out of 4 and you win 2 out of 4? Or what's the?
What's the tiebreaker?
Oh, you know what we should do?
A real triathlon.
Oh my god! I would just lose on
That
purpose
sucks.
then and not tie.
I was thinking maybe that what's it called? Oh, a sudden death dodgeball, like from Peter LaFleur and
That's athletic.
yeah, but that's cool. Like
we need something.
nah, that's just grabbing a ball and throwing at each other.
Yeah, you need to like have athleticism to throw that
No,
ball.
like think about it though. Like, what would you do if we're standing in that little circle and I just take out this bandana and put
You
it
could
over?
probably win. You could probably throw better than me.
Yeah, but you're more athletic. Than
Why
me.
are you Peter
You're more
LaFleur?
silky.
I'm just saying.
You're
what if
not
I
even
do
in the
that?
conversation. You didn't even make it to the
No.
sudden death.
You didn't even
You
win a
didn't even
game.
win a game.
I
So
know.
what would the game breaker? What would the tiebreaker be? Darts.
Ooh.
I feel like none of
Darts
us
is
are good
tough.
at darts.
Nah.
Are you good at darts, Rock?
No, and you guys are overthinking something. What if we all win one?
Oh.
Well, then we have to play darts.
Then we would have to play darts.
A little
But-
round robin tournament.
That's probably the only way I advance.
Yeah,
is
we'd
bring
have
it
to.
a
We'd have
tiebreaker.
to. Which would
Which
probably be darts.
probably is darts.
We could spin a wheel. Let's get a
Or we
wheel.
could just play high card.
Dude, let's create a wheel. Let's turn that spinner that we have into a bunch of sports, and then once a week we'll like battle each other and see who's actually better at all these different types of sports.
Yeah,
That might have been the best idea you ever came up with.
Yeah, you got to make it though.
I made that last one. Well,
I know you did.
me and my sister-in-law.
tell
and
tell
soon
the,
to be
tell the
sister-in-law.
people that don't know what we're talking about what the spinner is and the story of it.
So so you guys know we have a sports specialist Doc, and then all the friends amongst the friend group love to gamble in football games and whatnot. So one year there was something lobby where so Hobby Lobby had these wooden circles, and NFL one.
Wait, that has the MLB one on the back. You bought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's I act-
Okay, sorry. Go on.
Yeah, so I bought the MLB one because they sold out of the NFL ones. And then I ended up painting on the back of the MLB one all the NFL teams to then say, like, listen, like, we're really bad at betting anyway. We might as well, like, just spin it on who's going to win each week. And the first week it was the Jets, and they were actually up by, like, 21, and then they didn't cover.
It was 17-0. I remember I think they were +3.
Mhm.
Wait. So why did you guys make this board?
To just so we can have a same team that we can bet on every week.
Yeah,
All, like,
so we
11
were
of
at
us.
this Hobby Lobby place and we saw this spinner. I mean, it looked like a spinner. Really, it's just a circular thing. It's like a pizza, but there's 32 slices for the NFL football teams.
On a
There's
piece of
30.
wood, and it's painted.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we were like, how about we had this great idea
I wonder why they have that thing.
to be made into a spinner?
It seems
Probably
like
why.
it. It seems like it. Like, why would somebody want that?
Well, it's like a something that goes on the
Like
wall.
a decoration? That's
so
dumb.
we just had this great idea. Let's make it into a spinner and spin it every week, and we'll all bet that team. And so week 1, we had the Jets. Terrible loss. They were up 17-0, blew the game. And then
Going into half, they were up 17.
yeah, 3 consecutive weeks after that, 3 losses. So it came out at 0-4, and we never spun it again. And that was it. Because then we were thinking, this thing's so bad, let's spin it and take the opposite team.
I have an idea.
We were too scared to do that, though.
Yeah, because if we took the opposite team, the team that got spun on was going to win 1,000%.
Actually, I'm going to bring this idea up later in the show. All right, let's keep going.
Okay.
It's going to have to do with something with the Doc's lock.
I wanted to bring something up that I heard recently, and it was someone talking about, basically the question is, what are you the best at in your life? Like, it could be something physical, like I'm the best at golf, or like I'm the best at like calming someone down. Like, what are you the best at?
I don't think anybody genuinely laughs at their own jokes the way I do.
I met someone
Well-
who has. We all know him here, too.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, hold on. Let me preface this statement a little bit
Poor
more.
Rocco just lost all meaning to his life.
Because then I don't have any other.
No, so the reason I was so intrigued by this question is because I have absolutely no idea what to say for myself. Like, I don't know what I'm so good at that it's better than everything else that I'm good at.
Let's brainstorm.
Like I'm good at, well, then again, I also don't really know what I'm good at because I'm not over the top good at anything, I think. But
Well-
I don't know. I got to be missing something. I feel like an idiot.
That is a
but
rough question, yeah.
It is, isn't
and
it?
it's also very hard to think highly of yourself. Not a lot of people think highly of themselves, unless you're like a narcissist.
Yeah, but are any four of us actually the best at something?
Well, what is the
No.
best that? Well, I think the
No.
question is more like, what is the best thing you do?
What are you the best at?
Hmm.
Because basically,
Not
it was
not like saying like, oh, Mike Trout, I'm the best at baseball. Like it's not like that. Like it's like, what are you in your own capabilities the best at?
right.
So why did this guy get thrown in my face that he could laugh at his own jokes better? Maybe I can still do it the best
Yeah,
for me.
I mean,
Yeah,
that was
I mean,
just kinda
Doc
being- honestly,
sort
that was
of-
a little rude.
No, he kind of misunderstood the question as well because the question is a little misleading.
I mean, who says that no one laughs better at their own jokes than me? Like, that's
what
just
he,
stupid.
That's what he thinks he's
Well,
good
maybe
at.
he's the best at that as opposed to anything else in
Lee.
his life. Yeah, we know. Lee laughs at his own jokes.
More than anyone I've ever met.
No, but that
Right, but
like,
that
the
doesn't
question
mean
is,
that Rocco can't do that
you're-
as well.
You're misconstruing the question. Chris asked it very shittily.
No, hold on. Let me give you the background of the story. So it was like some inspirational speech I just stumbled upon, and the guy was saying, whatever you are the best at, turn that into your life. Like, make your life out of that. So, like, basically he was saying don't make your career path something that you don't enjoy, but you're good at it. Like, pick something that you're the best at and make that your life.
In your
And-
own capabilities without thinking of anyone else in mind.
And then he said, like, what are you the best at?
So, like for instance, Doc, if you said I'm the best, I'm the best high school baseball player. Like, no, you're like that's just not. You're not.
Or you're like,
Because with your own capabilities. Well, if you were, we might make fun of you because you weren't. But
honestly, I just was really intrigued by that question. It's hard to answer just off the top.
I think Rocco had the best. Well, I mean, none of us gave an answer, but Rocco, I guess, had the best answer.
yeah, imagine that. You give an answer, you just get judged.
We
you
haven't
give
even
an
had
answer.
the time to. I'm
the
thinking.
question was asked badly.
Yeah, it was,
That's all.
it was shittily.
It was asked shittily, and I probably heard that last week at some point, and I've been thinking about it since, like once a day probably, and I still don't have. I don't know. I don't know what I would say for that. Like, maybe we can try to think of each other's. Like, Rocco is laughing at his own jokes. Yeah, that's a good one. If that's what you think, if that's what you're the best at.
Or maybe like playing some old Nintendo 64 games.
But
he did have a good following on Twitch for that. He had some guys from
And
London.
what was your reaction? Is everything a problem with you? You give an answer. Like, what are we doing?
You really think that's a good answer? That be playing Nintendo 64 games?
Yeah,
Wow,
why
okay,
not?
Whatever.
What's
I'm
your
done.
answer?
I don't know.
Just talking about sports?
No, I'm not good at that. I'm not good. I'm
So-
like Chris. I could think about this for the whole year, and I probably still won't have an answer.
Well,
That's
all
why
right,
I think
listen.
Chris made a good point. Maybe we can answer for each other.
All
or
right.
try to at least. And also, this doesn't have to be answered right now. I just wanted to talk about it with you guys on the podcast because it's just interesting
Why don't we go one at a time then?
for each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough to do it for you now, Rock, because you kind of gave your own answer. I can't help but think about anything else.
No, that's fine. So let's move on to you. What's the frames really good at? Looking good.
I think Earl.
Lifting weights.
No, see, can you let me speak? I was gonna say being positive.
I like that.
Earl-
I pride myself in that.
Yeah, I think Earl's a very positive person, and he does it better than most people that I know, especially
Right.
us.
Now the thing is, like, the way this question is, like, for Earl, this would probably be more for you to answer, is, like, do you do anything else better than you are at being positive? Like, are you better at lifting weights
I feel like I'm in
than
like
you
a
are
therapy lesson
than
here.
being positive? Like,
This is rather therapeutic. No. No, I think. I mean, if you ask my family and my girlfriend, they would probably say that I'm a negative asshole.
You're a very great dresser.
I do dress very well. I spend a lot of money to do that. But no,
it
I
pays
do
off.
think being positive is like one of my. That's probably what I am the best at, and I'm also taking a lot of classes that like help people be more positive and stuff like that. So I think that's like, since we started this podcast, I've been taking that class, and I feel like it's shifted my way of thinking and a lot amongst other things.
You should take that class, Doc.
Yeah. I'm still feeling a weird energy. So, what do we think it is
Is that
for
what
Doc?
I'm the best at? What is Doc the
Well, you
best
can
at?
sit on it. You can sit on it. It's going to be...
It's
hard.
kind of tough to ask us this. So in that same class I'm talking about in this psychology of happiness, this professor asks us this week, you know, I want you guys to write 5 sentences and just submit it to me about what is your purpose in life. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, ma'am, I'm 23 years old. I don't know what my purpose in life is. That's like, this is how deep this question is that you just asked me, like, what are you the best at? Like, it makes me think of, like, what is my purpose in life? Which is, like, hard
Because
to ask
they're-
a bunch of 23-year-old guys.
They're
who
kind
are-
of synonymous, it feels like, right?
Yeah.
It-
And it's
in a
very
sense.
tough to think about. But I
Yeah.
like that we're starting this now. Like, we can say, like, what do you think that Doc
We-
is
we
the best
can-
at? What do you
we
think
can
Chris is
sit
the
on
best
it.
at?
I mean, I've been thinking so much for myself. Like, I'm not at an elite level at anything that I can do with my hands.
You're
right?
really
Like,
good at staying composed.
and that's one of the things that I pride myself on as well. That I think, like, one of the things that I do really well is composing myself.
Although I've seen you get angry, and it's funny.
Right.
But I feel
do
like
get
even when
angry,
when
but,
Chris gets angry, it's like so mild.
It is. That's why it's
Right?
funny. Yeah.
like, it really takes me a lot to get over the top, and I really try not to do that. Because I get to a certain point when I'm upset, and it seems like there's no coming back from it. You know what I mean? So I do everything I can to not reach that point. But that's one of the things I'm good at. But is that the thing that I'm the best at? I don't know. I don't think so. But I can't put my finger on what else it is.
Dude, I have no clue. I have no clue.
It's
And I'm
just
trying
a-
to think
it's just
of
a
like
really
what
good question.
I'm trying to
It
think
is.
of like something to say about Doc. Like, Doc is like such a great procrastinator, but that is by no means what you should do. Like, I've had so many nights where I'm like talking on Xbox with Doc, and it's like 11 o'clock. He's like, "Yeah, I got to get off real quick. I got to do an assignment that's due in 59 minutes."
And he
like-
gets back on at like 11:45.
He's a good procrastinator.
Yeah.
It can be good for later in life, you know. That way, you know when it's crunch time, you got to do what you got to do when it's time to do it.
And just performance under pressure, performance in pressure situations.
What do you guys think for Doc?
I don't
Dude,
know.
you're
Doc hasn't
really-
talked in like 20 minutes.
I've
This
been-
one
He's
hurt
thinking.
him.
You're really good at eating. You can wolf down some food, bro. I've seen you.
Yeah, but Chris is a better eater than me.
I can eat, dude.
No, you don't want to be. You don't want to be worried about someone else in this regard of what are you the best
Yeah,
at.
I know, but I don't think I'm the best. I can't eat. I don't have a very diverse palate.
That has nothing to do with how you eat.
I was thinking that I'm a very good listener, if that makes sense. Like, if someone, I don't know, anyone in general.
You
No,
always
you
remember,
are a good listener.
You always remember something. You always like bring it back in a conversation a year later.
No, that's you.
No.
Yeah, I
it's-
keep doing that thing, but
No, you do that, Doc. You have a good memory, I think.
no, walk. I
No.
can't remember what I did in my science class last night.
No, I know exactly what Rocco's talking about, though. It'll just be
Yeah.
in the midst of conversation, and something could have happened, and Doc will be like, "Yo, remember when you did that in 2017?" And I'm like, that's such
On
a
A-
deep
on April,
memory for
April
me.
1st.
Yeah. No, I
at
do have a
11,
good
12
memory.
in the morning.
I'm like, how did you even think of that?
It's the funniest when you guys argue about who came up with that funny phrase first.
Yeah, and it's always me. And Doc always thinks
That's not
it's
true.
him.
Not true.
There's one that like you guys truly believe is back and forth. I think it's our one friend Frank, and who called him Fernac first.
It was me. I remember texting it.
Yeah, but like, I literally did that first.
or Fran maybe.
Well, I call him Fran. But, yeah, I mean...
But that's what you
But-
do. Like you'll go back to that.
So
specific
you
moment.
guys think that I'm the best at having a good memory?
No. No.
No.
I mean, I guess you do, right?
No,
You
I
have
do.
good
Yeah,
memory.
I have a very good memory.
I do think that you're a good listener, and that could definitely be one of the things that you're the best at. But then you got to think that there comes the question after that: is listening to other people, is that the thing that you are truly the best at? Do you do anything at a higher level than that? So the way I was thinking
No.
about it, I was in the shower thinking about this, and I'm saying, basically put a point scale to something that you think you're good at, right? Like 1 out of 100.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a level 75 at staying composed with myself, but what am I a level 80 at?
What if
There is none? What if I'm only a level 50?
I
and that's
think-
the highest level of anything. It's just mediocrity.
I think in regards to this question, and you,
It's
I think
tough.
when you talk about putting it on a point scale, you shouldn't be worried about what do you do better, but once you've pinpoint on what am I the best at, you should find what are you maybe the worst at, and what do you want to get better at. So let's say if you did fill out a point scale and you're like, oh, I'm at like a 5 out of 100 and like something you wish to be better at.
Mhm.
I think you should be working towards getting better at that rather than worrying about what am I better than what I'm best at.
I'm actually really good at going through phases.
That's a good answer for you. And I don't want to discredit anything you just said, Earl. That was beautiful. I agree. But when you say it like that, when you put a point scale to something, basically what you're saying is it can help you point out things that you need to be better at.
Yeah, so like maybe I didn't watch the speech that you're talking about or maybe this little excerpt, but it does make a lot of sense. Like we're always striving to be better. Once we figure out what are we the best at and what are we worse at, we should be thinking about what can we do to make ourselves better at what we are bad at.
I just went to Lowe's and talked to a guy about getting my what to do in my yard because I want to get better at it.
Okay.
Now, what do you just said? I want to get better at it, and like you want to
You
get
want
better
to improve your yard,
Yeah,
or you want to
like,
get better at
No
improving.
weeds, good grass. I went to go talk to the guy. He said, you're going to need this, and that. And he told me the order.
So you just want to improve the overall health of your lawn.
Right. And if it works, and I feel like I now have knowledge of what was once like contested knowledge. Does that make sense?
So,
What is so funny, Doc?
No, I mean you can. Doc's just giggling over here.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm thinking the way that you can look at it is like that's a win for you. It's a small win. You had a goal of getting a better lawn, and you took the steps to achieve that goal.
But here's the weird thing. It wasn't a goal. It was more so like it just stumbled upon my activities.
But now it's a goal.
well,
But can you get better at stuff without making it a goal?
Now it's a goal though. It's something that you wanted to get, that you just started doing, and now you're like, I want to be better at it. Now you have a goal of being better at performing yard work or improving your yard.
But I think what Rocco's saying is like he never said I'm making this a goal.
Right.
So
He gets me so well.
I really don't. You confuse me on so many levels.
Wait, so while we are in the middle of our little ball breakers therapy session, right? And I've kind of laid the groundwork. What do you strive to be better at? For all of us, for all of you.
Listening.
That's a good one for you.
I think Rocco should be answering his phone.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's bullshit.
No, wow, that is very true.
I'm
We've
a-
talked about this yet on here?
No. I'm allowed to live in the moment. Why? Like, what?
No, this is another thing that you need to improve on is not over dramatizing everything, and especially little things that don't need it. That's what, you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you
I
understand?
know exactly what you're saying, but then this is also, I would love to know what the people, our listeners, think about this. To like answer a group message like right away if it's like a urgent.
No, see, nobody.
No.
You
No.
blow everything out of proportion.
That's exactly what the fight was.
Anything that is against
Disagreement.
you want to blow out of proportion, which is just. For the people listening, me, Earl, and Doc had an issue with Rocco because there was several occasions when we had a pressing matter for our podcast, and we texted in the group and confirmed with the three of us and just needed an answer from Rocco. And 20 minutes goes by, 40 minutes goes by, we text Rocco. Just need to confirm because we all want to be on the same page for a lot of things. And it just no answer. And we're like,
ever.
we knew you were at home, probably doing nothing.
I was at work. I vividly remember this.
Well, there was multiple
No,
times.
this was like a Sunday morning.
No,
No.
it was not.
No, you were not at work.
No, we knew you
Yes, I
weren't
was.
at
No,
you
work
weren't.
Yes,
because
I
that's
was.
why we were like, why are you not answering?
When we
Yeah.
made the cancellation post for the first week because we couldn't
No.
do it because we weren't allowed to be in the stew, I was at work. I was sitting at the prep table with my apron on talking to my friend at work.
Yeah, but
Okay,
that's
well-
not what we're talking. We're talking about the most recent one where Earl texted "Good
I'm-
morning," and then he said, "This bull Rocco never likes to answer his phone."
No, so
And then that's
Oh,
when you went on
I
your
was at
whole
my
like
house,
little
yeah.
weird tangent that you like to do, and it just went off.
no, so basically, all we were saying is that we just wanted you to either turn off Do Not Disturb for just our group chat, and if you had it on your phone, that's fine. But you'll see the texts when they come in if you pick up your phone, right?
Right.
And you took it as I need to be on standby on my phone at all times, which that is you being dramatic as it could possibly be.
How long was that text conversation?
I have no idea.
That was an hour and 20 minutes of a text
because
conversation.
you made it an argument.
No.
When you could have just
Dude,
said.
do you guys know what you send in there?
Did you? Did,
He's
did you
getting
just
angry.
turn the podcast
I like this.
off?
Keep it going.
Huh? No.
My mic kicked out for a second. I thought he turned it off.
No,
So
no.
mad.
He's getting angry.
I
Yeah.
was so angry.
He didn't
So
call
angry.
anyone
You
homie, so
need
he's
to
okay.
improve on controlling your emotions.
No. That's easy.
All right, let's not make this a therapy session for Rocco, but I
No,
just
bring
think
it on.
it was really stupid the way that you brought it, that the way that you perceived that, what we were trying to say. It was just like, there's times during the week where we want to confirm something before we do our podcast, and
Earl had FaceTime me for the answer.
yeah, and then you went on this whole thing like, if you want to talk to me, call me individually. Like, that's the entire purpose of a group chat,
Dude.
is so we can all be in one place to discuss things.
And then he went on this whole thing of like the average human spends 5 hours a day
And
on their
then
phone.
he was like,
and-
how, like, you know, if anyone went to high school with us, there's that video of like, oh, if you're on the street corner and you're on your phone, you won't run into the love of your life or brush shoulders with her because you were on your phone. And then
Yeah,
Wait,
like,
what
look,
is this?
Look up. You watched it. We watched it.
it's
in
called
our-
Look Up on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah, it was like some guy was walking down the street.
If
on
you
his
read the
phone.
chat and, you know,
Yeah.
All right.
you would have seen
Moral
what we're talking
of
about.
the story is I'm not big on my phone because
which is perfectly fine,
right.
and nobody said you have to be on standby waiting for our text. Nobody said that.
But a majority
you,
of the
somehow.
time, the majority of the time,
Somehow you made it that, and that's just not right.
I would, dude.
Okay,
All
listen,
right,
I,
things-
listen. I
Put
can
your
give.
no,
fucking
no,
phone down.
no, because you guys don't understand the things that you text sometimes. Like you guys will just text each other
I
saying
can-
Sunday,
I can-
Sungarians.
Sometimes we just talk
No,
in
we
there to
don't.
bullshit with each other.
right.
I can
And
lay
like,
the
I
land
could
of
give
this
a fuck if you
story
answer or not.
in the least biased way ever. Okay, so we get into I text good morning in a group message. We get into a little argument because we got upset that Rocco never answers our phones in the text. Correct? Okay, so
Yeah.
three ball breakers in our ball breakers group
We
chat.
were breaking his balls too. Like Rocco never
we were
answers.
just asking, can Rocco, you know, can you answer your phone if we need you to answer a question quickly? And he said, if you guys want me to answer my phone when you text me, then I can't do this podcast. And Rocco quit.
Oh, he did gay. You're right.
Yeah,
he did quit for like an
yeah.
hour.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Oh, bro,
about
Doc
that.
quits every week.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he.
No, not like that.
What?
bro.
Listen,
what-
this is
how
just
Look, he's
how is
turning
this
on
even?
me.
How is this even?
When did I
on
ever
me?
quit the podcast?
Dude, you guys got emotional that I don't answer my phone is really all that happened.
No.
So yeah, well, that's the lay of the land. We just asked, can you answer our text messages? You said if we have to start a podcast just because I have to answer my phone, I quit.
You
And you said,
specifically
I'm going to
said
send you the file and left the message.
You specifically said, I don't know the exact words, but it was like,
You just said
Rocco,
you
it's 20.
specifically
I don't know the exact words, but it was
Mm-hmm.
like, Rocco, it's 2021. If you don't use your phone, then it's not part of what you're supposed to do now.
So,
it's like, what?
So if you wanted to start a business with 4 business partners and all you ask is, hey, can you guys answer your phone? And one of them says no, how is your business going to be successful?
What do you mean? This wasn't even taken as a business. You guys literally said, let's keep
I
it
mean,
fun
there's
and
plenty of
simple.
times
He's
where we
just
text
making-
you in there, and
he's drawing
we're
an
just giving
analogy.
it's an analogy.
Every time I put a structure to the show, you guys said we don't need to
but
think about that
all
yet.
you said was if you
Stop
guys
changing the
if
subject.
you guys want me to answer my phone, then this podcast is not going to work, and I quit.
Moral of the story.
Oh, dude, this is absurd.
Like you're so hard headed that you can't even change your perception.
That is
on
the
it.
gist
It's
of the
just-
story, is it not?
Dude,
No, I'm
because
saying,
I
like,
don't.
he's still blowing it out of proportion.
Because you guys don't even remember. It's because you guys said good morning and I didn't answer the good morning. There wasn't even
I mean,
anything
how
specific
rude is
to
that?
talk about.
I mean, if someone's gonna text me good
Okay.
morning,
How
I'm
rude
gonna
is
answer.
that?
you guys got mad that I didn't answer
No.
good morning.
Well, first of all, nobody got mad. Earl said good morning. Me and Doc answered, said good morning, Earl, and you just never answered. So then we're like, of course, this
Yeah, of
bull
course he
Rocco
doesn't. Because it
is
was a
never-
buildup of events.
is never going to answer, and we were just breaking your balls, which you, of course,
that was not what it was.
What are you? Yes, it was.
I'm dude. This is absurd.
We literally, somebody was, I think it was Earl, was like, of course Rocco didn't answer, which that's clearly a joke. Like, it's clearly just us breaking
It's
your
like an
balls.
ongoing inside
w-
joke in the three
Right.
of us.
Dude, that
And he
morning.
took it as, you guys hate me. Like, like I don't even know.
I
He
quit.
just
Dude,
blew it out of proportion.
I
and
can't
then
wait
quit
to
the
find these
podcast.
texts. I can't wait to find these texts because you guys for sure started it. Like it's like beyond because this happens all the time. It
No, you
started.
got mad
It started
first.
with the cancellation post when I was working that one day,
No,
and
it's
you
okay
guys
if you're working.
and you guys wanted to make but you guys said Rocco, we
No,
need your
see, so-
confirmation, and then you flipped out that day and you said Rocco, you need to answer your fucking phone. I don't know the
No,
exact words.
no, so
and I
what
said
happened-
we need 4 OKs to say the show's canceled. Just post your face.
What happened was, if you read like you didn't,
Why
you
are
would
getting
understand.
upset.
So-
Stop getting upset.
No,
Relax.
this is how it is.
This is
how
what
it
we
goes.
needed for this.
No.
See what
So-
happens when I'm back here.
So I wanted to make a cancellation post in a cool way that I could edit the video. So I said, Chris, send me a video, Doc, send me a video, I'll make a video, and I'll chop them up and make like a cute little post on Instagram, like with my video editing
It was
skills.
cute.
Okay. And then I say, okay, somebody send me your recording and I'll chop them together. And then I decide, maybe I'll just post Chris doing a recording or maybe just Doc. So then I said, okay, wait, somebody help. I need someone to record a video. And Rocco answers his phone like 4 hours later or whatever because he was at work or maybe he wasn't reading. I don't know, Rocco, whatever he does. So then I said, somebody help. And Rocco said, what do you guys need help for? Why do you guys need help? I can just make the post when I get done work at 11. Who needs help? What's wrong with you, Earl? You guys
You
don't
guys
need 3?
literally called for my name twice. You said, "Can I get some fucking help?"
Yeah, talking about editing the video. If you read, you would know, but you didn't.
Okay, good point. Just post. It's a cancellation post. Selfie. Yo, guys, we're canceling the
No,
show
okay.
this week.
See,
Okay, well,
now
that's why you're
trying-
not
It
the
took-
social
it
media
took
manager
4
of this
hours.
podcast because you don't know how to do anything video editing, recording, whatever.
No, what are you talking? The one that got the most likes of the cancellation post is one where I walked in from the side and said, "Hey, what's up, guys?" Because people love my face more than Doc's fucking stupid face.
All right.
Like,
Wow,
you just have this
like,
weird thing
yeah,
with
you
Doc.
do.
And I get your, like, little projection because you're getting K-Mat, so now you have to, like, bring
Yeah.
it
No,
towards
it's
someone
part,
else. Like,
it's part of the
fine.
ball break. I can't wait for the ball breakers.
I think I have a
fans to
pretty
come to
face,
my-
but
come to my rescue.
can someone someone
What?
inform me
You don't.
on when I quit the podcast? I'm still confused.
Like, we have a blatant memory of Rocco.
yeah, like I can't
Because
recall
he-
any time I
Doc
quit.
says every week I'm gonna quit or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not,
Oh
like,
my
seriously.
God,
Yeah,
you were dead
I-
serious.
I
for
really
like
wouldn't-
20 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. Because what I have to answer my phone to good morning. What the
Oh
fuck
my!
is that?
See, that's what you got out of it, which is you were the most hard-headed person I know.
Because
And
when I
maybe
go
it's
back
something
to
you
that
should work on.
conversation, I can guarantee
Tension
you
in
that
the
you guys were
pod.
you guys started it.
Earl made a joke, which you, of course, took the wrong way, and made it a fight.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's. What
I
happened.
just don't see it that way.
Of course you
So,
can't.
No, of course I don't. You guys just got frustrated I didn't answer my phone. And it's okay that I don't answer my phone. I know you guys don't want to talk to me. It's cool.
I really don't.
No,
Anyway,
no, you
so-
do. It's cool. But I just don't answer my phone in GMs.
I have a weird feeling Rocco's going to quit in this moment right here.
Nah, no shot.
No, I mean it's not like anything that crazy to ask.
No.
You're making it. That
We're going to put
crazy
up a
for some
poll.
reason.
We got to put up a poll to say if is it crazy to ask Rocco just to
But
answer
it
simple
has to be
text?
very specific, right? So like it's not like we're just having like Rocco's main gripe with the whole thing was, oh, I'm in this group chat and there's 8 guys and they talk about who are we betting today on football or what's this and that. Like we're like in a business. Like we
have
are
a-
podcasters
We have a
in
thing
a group
going
message.
here.
Like we're not just like, I mean sometimes there is.
Hey, do you want to
is-
play Rocket League today?
Sometimes
or
we
like,
just go in there to chat, but not.
Dude,
yeah,
I
like
say
there's some
every
stuff that's
day.
not very objective in the group message,
Hold
right?
on.
But at times there are things in there that are objective. For instance, what time are we going to record? What day are we going to record our podcast? And we would like that to be answered within an hour or so, not like 4 days later or never.
Right. And that's the whole thing. Like just
So if we do put up a poll, it has to be very detailed because there is a certain point where I'm like, yeah, I probably won't answer a group message, but there is a point where if you are in a business, you would want all of your business colleagues to be included.
right. So I don't.
I have 0 things left to say on this matter.
I was gonna say I don't think we need to put up a poll, but if anybody is listening and wants to
Yeah, wants
give
to,
us any feedback on this
or
situation,
even
I
just
think it would be
formulate
funny.
your own opinion on what do you guys think.
Yeah.
Whenever I added structure in the beginning, you said we should take this as easy as
No,
possible.
all we want to
That's-
know
has
is just
nothing to
simple
do.
questions of like what time
because
to record.
now the GM's a business GM.
No, Rocco. So basically, this started on Earl saying what are things that we think we need to improve on, and we got Rocco out of the way. Excuse me. Does anybody want to go next?
It's just another thing of like what it's hard to sit down with yourself and say what am I good at or what am I bad at. So it would take a while. It would be easier for you guys to say what are one another bad at, which is actually a question we got on Instagram. Jess actually had asked us what are each ball breaker's worst feat and also their best feat.
can I say something real fast? That was like the craziest transition ever.
It was pretty smooth.
No,
don't you
that's
think?
what I mean. Like it was from what we
That was
just
pretty
were
good.
just at, and like,
We're getting better. We're
Animosity.
just 4 guys practicing.
and then you said, "Yo, let's,"
Well, we got.
and then
Rocco
Earl
out of
just
the way.
jumped in like so calm and collective, and just like, you know what? And Rocco's over here thinking so hard how angry he is,
Yeah.
and I props to you. You know, I just want to say you guys are very smart people, and I'm glad that we're in this moment. And
Chris's
building together.
composure he just shows off his composure. Rocco is still fuming out of the ears.
I just don't understand why you guys make this a big deal week after week.
So
We
let's get
don't.
away from him.
So
What do you guys
I
think?
want to improve on
Doc doesn't have an answer.
My
'cause
whole
every single
aspect of
week,
life.
There's no topic that he
procrastination, Earl.
talks
There it
about.
is.
You
I
want
do.
to improve on your procrastination.
Yeah, I do.
And that is something
I
that,
do procrastinate a lot on everything.
That is something I can't deal with Rocco. I
he's-
can't deal with him. What did he
Dude,
say?
I-
Over the years, you learn to just whatever he says, it just goes in this ear out the other. I don't even know what he said. That's how like he's just over there now. He's at right center for
So
me.
so for people our age,
Look, he's quitting.
for people our age, it
Rocco just quit
Come
mid
on,
podcast
dude.
because you can't handle the emotion.
Dude, I didn't do anything. I'm sitting here listening to you.
This might be the best episode we'll ever have.
Go ahead, Earl. What were you gonna say?
for people our age, like we just talked about Victor last week, who are making their transition from being a student or maybe they're still a student. Procrastination is a big deal, and unfortunately, everyone does it. You always push everything off to the last minute. So that is definitely something we can improve on. All of us, I feel like. I don't know how Rocco's work
absolutely.
ethic goes, if you were a big procrastinator, if you still are.
every day.
Okay. Chris?
I'm probably worse than Doc. Not gonna lie.
I don't know.
Well, when it
Doc
comes
is like a
to-
professional procrastinator.
Yeah,
he
I've gotten
is.
very good
He
at
is.
it.
I know. I mean, well, when it comes to like when I was in college, I don't think I've ever done an assignment a day early. I'm not gonna lie. Like I actually cannot remember a time that I said it was a Monday. I had something due Friday, And I was like, you know what? Let me do this a couple days. I don't think
Or
I've ever
or even
done that.
Thursday. Right?
No, I'm
No.
serious. I really don't think I've ever done that.
I have my Monday 8 a.m. class. Every assignment's due Monday at 8 a.m. and I will start it Sunday night at like 8 p.m. Not kidding.
I have spurts where I'll say, okay, I can do this, and I'll knock it out like a day or two early. But then like that's just it. Like it's just a spurt. It's never something that I just like constantly do. Constantly.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, for me, for my job currently, the procrastination definitely hasn't followed me as much. And I guess it's a little different about things that are going to make you money as opposed to doing a college assignment. Obviously there's a little bit more of an incentive to do something for your job. So
That's a good point. I think I just hate school and I just need to graduate, and that's why I'm at
Dude.
that point in my life where I'm like, I cannot stand this right now. I shouldn't be doing it.
That's what I'm saying. It comes to a point with college. There's so many little assignments that you could do pretty quickly in less than an hour or less, right? Those are the ones I think that are the worst. That's how I always used to feel. Like the assignments that would probably take an hour or less, I would actually probably do it at 11:30 when it was due at 12. Like
Nah, I don't do that.
those
I'll give
trip me up.
myself like a good 6 to 7 hours to like really do it. I mean, I might not start it until like 3 hours left, but
So
You give yourself time.
I know
see
we
that.
coined Doc earlier. His best feature was probably his memory or his knowledge, but I think Chris, you're up there with knowledge, and you're up there with useless knowledge.
I do have a lot of useless knowledge.
So why don't you tell us a little fact of useless knowledge that you
You
have?
know my fact? Is it that
Yeah,
time?
let's hear your
do
fat
it.
fact of the day.
Okay. So my fat fact, actually, real quick, before I do my fact, I'm going to ask a question of one of our members, and that's to Rocco. Can you please put your headphones back on?
Absolutely not.
Can you join us
Absolutely
again?
this is
not.
what we're dealing with.
Absolutely not.
Why do you want to join us?
Because I
again?
can hear you guys without the headphones.
But it just
Okay.
it just
Don't need
feels
the
like not
headphones.
right. I like you with
You
the
know, I want to
headphones.
just say something. You were saying, Doc's energy tonight. Come on, really? Look what we're dealing
I
with
don't
here.
know. I just
Let's hear the fat fact.
okay. We could do it without your headphones. So Chris's fat fact of the week is the human heart beats more than 2.5 billion times in an average lifetime. And I think that's very interesting.
Let's hear it one more time.
The human heart beats more than 2.5 billion times in an average lifetime.
So then you have to look up the average lifetime and then divide it by that amount of years, and then that's how much it beats per year.
I feel like you could even say a higher number.
You could definitely find out how much it is per year, per minute, per
2.5
second. Who knows,
billion.
but
I feel like it's a lot more than that.
the reason this caught my eye is because of just how vast of a number a billion is. Just is kind of mind-boggling. So a million seconds is 12 years, but a billion second. No, I'm sorry. Did I say that right? I said that earlier.
You said it earlier. I
Damn it, I
forget.
forgot. Well, let me
So here it says an adult heart beats about 100,000 times a day, which would be placing it at least one beat every second or 60 to 100 times a minute.
I was gonna say I think the average is like 60 per minute.
So it's kind of like a beat per second, right?
Yeah,
But
at
when you
least.
work out,
at
and
least
it's
one.
more, and then when you sleep, it's less. So the reason, like I said, the reason is because just the difference between a million and a billion always just kind of puts my mind in a pretzel. Why are you laughing? Like, what's funny? You don't think so?
I was listening. That's all.
Right, maybe I fell short this week on my fact, but
I did 80 times 60 times 24 for 60 seconds, and then 60 minutes in an hour, and then 24 hours in a day, and it was 115,000. So that
for a
sounds like it
year?
was for a day. So that was for 80. That was for 80 beats per minute.
So what's the average life then? If we're going off Chris's right, so like in your
I
average.
gotta look it up on Google.
So
what is the average lifespan?
well, this says using everything like all averages across the board. If you live to 80 years old, your heart would beat approximately 3,363,840,000 times.
Oh my.
And that's off every average they can do. Like if you have like an 80 beat per minute average. So
I feel like that probably what your average is.
that's what they just say the average for a human adult or whatever, just a human in
So
general.
if you're running, what is your heartbeat at? Like 150?
It
Or
all
is it-
depends. I actually
Well, it
just learned
depends
about
for
this.
everybody. It's different for
Yeah.
everybody.
Well,
but just on average,
heart
say,
rate's
right?
like crazy. Like I learned. Well, I'm taking exercise physiology, and this is one of the things we had to like learn about.
Yeah, about your heart rate.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's all about your heart rate during exercise, and it's like there's whole you hit like a.
Your
You ever hear?
peaks
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
I think my peak heart rate was at like 198 over
Yeah,
the
I
summer.
think
And
a
I
healthy.
I remember looking at my heart rate monitor, and I looked at it on my phone. It was like, yo, like a couple more beats, you got to head to the hospital.
Really?
Yeah, like your heart could beat way too
Yeah,
fast.
I think the healthy during your like for exercise is like 160 to 180
Mhm.
or something like that.
What were
that's-
you doing?
That's what like Orange Theory is making their money off of. Like Orange Theory Fitness, those gyms, like they want you to be in your orange zone, and I'm pretty sure that's between 60 and 70% of your max heart rate. So that's where they want you to be constantly. So when you're working, your heart rate is working at a healthy level that you can sustain fitness and even improve your fitness.
Right, so you get maximum results from a workout, basically, if you spend
Mhm.
most of the time.
Well, it's just a sustainable way of training. So like not every day do I want to go in there and hit 190 heart rate because
Right.
that's not sustainable. If I did that every day for 35 days, I would probably drop dead within 45 because it's just not sustainable.
Mhm.
There's like a certain way that you want to peak your heart, but to improve your overall fitness, you want to be in that 60, 70, sometimes even like high 70 range. And then so when you want to peak your physical fitness, let's say if you're going for a competition, if you are competing in a sport of any sort, you want your heart rate to be able to you want your heart to be able to take those beats when you do get to that 180, 190 range.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's also like different like aerobic fitness AC piece where you're like I think the one if you're like strength training, like it says you want to take like a 2 to 3 minute rest break to get
Right.
it's there's like so much, and that's why so many people like weightlifters and people they all lift differently for different obviously whatever they're
Mhm.
training for. Like if you're running a 100-meter sprint, you're like using aerobic exercise or something. It's so weird.
Yeah,
what
and I
goes
mean,
into-
I mean, in my three years of CrossFit, I have met some geniuses who know so much about how to exert the most force and when and how to use all of your force. Like the one guy that I had met with before, he just was like a wizard in anaerobic and also aerobic fitness. Like he knows everything, how to peak when you want to and how to slow down when you need to. So
Yeah.
there's like wizards
So
at this stuff.
I wanted to ask, you said 60 to 70% of your heart rate. Say that again.
So like
60 to 70%.
there's always baseline testing. So I don't know why. Whenever I think of baseline testing, I always think of like Ivan Drago, right, when he's running on that treadmill and they're making him peak.
Yeah.
But that's just to see where can you go the hardest that you also won't die. So that would be like your peak heart rate.
Well, because that's what I was going to ask. For you to know what your peak heart rate is, you have to test it, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, like, just think about Ivan Drago. Like, you want to run on the treadmill on 15 or 20, whatever your peak is, and then you want to see how long can you stay there, and is that your true peak heart rate? And then they'll take your baseline of, like, what is your peak, and then they'll find out what is your basal rate for your heart rate beating,
Mhm.
and then somewhere in between there, that's where they'll find your 60 and 70% range that you can keep sustainable fitness.
So somewhere in there you can find out
Mhm.
how you're going
And
to
obviously it'll vary
efficiency.
for someone who is more fit. So let's say someone, I don't know, who's at their peak level fitness, and let's say they can work out, let's say their working heart rate at 60-70% might be like 170 or something like that, whereas someone who is less fit, maybe theirs is like 150 where they feel like they're going to die. So then
Right.
they just gauge it differently for people. What is your heart rate that you're working at?
I see. I would be very interested to see what it is for me.
It's something we can do. I mean, we're working on this triathalon, this non-athletic sports triathlon.
So-
Everything's on the table for us. It just depends
Basically-
on what people want to see and what are we interested in as well.
So what do you think you would have to do to go in and find out what your max heart rate is? Just run, like you said, basically just turn
Well,
the treadmill all the way up?
Yeah, there's plenty of things. Like, it's all goal oriented though. Like, I know we talked about doing a couch to 5K, which none of us did. Rocco, did you start?
I got to the first 2 weeks, and that was it.
So
What is that, like,
it all depends what your
2
goal
laps?
is. So if you want to find out like what is your mile time, and if you wear a heart rate monitor, you would find out when are you working the hardest throughout your mile. So
Right.
that's just how you would. It's all goal based, I guess.
You know what has my heart rate jumping is the sled at Giant Fitness. I know we mentioned that on the podcast before, right?
The Prowler.
We did, right? Yeah. When I almost threw up, I'll tell you what, my heart was beating. I could feel it if I put my hand like a couple inches away from my chest. That thing was moving. That thing was working hard that day. That was probably my max.
All right. Well, while we are talking about like sports and fitness, let's just Doc. You have.
Yeah, that's me.
Speaking of worst feats and best feats, Doc, there's a lot of fans who are upset with you because it seems that your worst feat is your betting ability. And not for nothing, we had a guy, Victor, a good friend of ours, we were thankful enough to have him on our podcast last week while you were gone. He gave one pick, and it was a stone cold winner.
Came down to the wire, but it was a lock. Listen, yeah, I want to thank our good friend Victor LeBron for filling in for me last week. It was a rough week, but I want to thank him for that. And I want to just say that he's a lot better than me. And
No, listen, I like what Vic did. I like how he said, this isn't the fun pick, but it's a good, safer pick.
Yeah.
It's more of a lock, right? I feel like you're kind of trying to give us a little bit of a fun pick.
yeah, well, that's how I am. I'm a fun guy.
I'm a fun guy, right?
I mean,
But-
like I said, I mentioned earlier.
I mean, truthfully, like if Doc, there are like fun picks and there are stone cold locks, right? Like if you take Bayern, but what's the fun in taking FC Bayern in German soccer minus 510, right? Like you want
yeah.
to give us
Well,
something that's
yeah.
going
I
to
mean,
give us good
he
value.
he took the number 1 seed Baylor, who's
No
obviously.
Victor slander, please.
I'm
No,
not.
no
listen,
Victor slander.
I'll start doing that.
This is a
but see, that's my
pro-Victor
luck.
podcast.
You guys think I'm lucky, but I'm not. I'm very unlucky. But it's like
Yeah.
what we do behind closed doors. Like me and Rocky yesterday hit 4 parlays, but no one knows that because
You guys hit a monster.
yeah.
You guys hit a monster. I was telling my girlfriend's father about it. I was like, yeah, these kids are shark bettors. And he told me, well, you would never tell if you listen to your guys' podcast.
Exactly. Nah, but yeah, listen. I'm on my record on the podcast isn't good, and I apologize to all my fans. I hope you're all gambling responsibly. I want to get that. I'm going to get that record back up. Don't worry. I have all year to do it. I will be.
So to be fair, and I did let a couple fans know that were upset with you, with your picks. It's tough. Last week when we recorded with Victor, we did have the luxury of recording on a Sunday, so he was able to see the Monday night lines as early as they can be. So Doc does have a little handicap to the point where he can't exactly pick good lines because he can't see them while we're recording. Today, our live recording right now is on Friday. So
it
it's
is
hard
tough
for
to pick
Doc
a
to see
game on
the
Monday.
game for a Monday, or even if he likes a game Wednesday, he can't really let you guys know. So
Yeah.
we are rolling with doing it just online on Instagram because it's not fair to Doc that we're putting
we
these
wanna-
lines.
we wanna
Hey,
get you
gotta
a-
give me a little time to do
We
my
want
research.
to dig you out of the trenches, dig our fans out of the
I
trenches.
will. We will.
So we're-
I'll have a pick
Like Sunday night.
Sunday
right?
night posted for a Monday game. Maybe probably a baseball game
Mhm.
because it is baseball season.
Right. Like, I think the one week you tried to pick a game almost a whole week in advance,
Yeah,
right?
didn't work. No, it did work. That was the one winner I had.
Was
It was the first game I picked the Trailblazers and they won.
Yeah.
And then the one time I had the Spurs, they were locked, but Rocket deleted the episode.
That was a good pick.
Yeah, it was a good pick. See, that's
Another
it.
conspiracy.
That wasn't.
There was a conspiracy going around.
But
Yeah.
I did mention this earlier, and I said I was going to bring it up during this time when Rocco was talking about our little fun spinner with the NFL teams, and there is all the baseball teams. That was actually that's the board it was. So I was thinking, since I'm so bad at giving out winners, why don't we start spinning the baseball one every week? And there's my, at this point right now, it's like that might be the best way to go about it.
I mean,
might.
Rocco's father just has so many issues with your betting
Yeah.
picks. I mean, it almost if you were to tell him this idea, he would say, "Doc, you're better off."
He would love it. He would love
He
it.
would say, "This is your best idea."
He already told us that we should get a puppy to eat a treat out of the two teams, and whoever that is, bet them.
Yeah, I'll do
Which
that.
is-
I'll do that with my dog and my
Well,
brother's
your brother
new dog.
just got a new
yeah,
puppy.
new puppy. I'll do that.
Adorable little puppy. Maybe he likes a team. Maybe he's hot. He
Yeah,
might get hot.
I got to catch Vic. Vic's just better than me. He always was.
yeah.
Well, hey, we always got next week.
Yeah.
We always got the future.
Yeah, don't worry. There'll be a pick out Sunday night, and it might be my guaranteed lock of the year.
Of the year.
You better be careful with that.
Yeah, you better watch that.
Yeah,
that
I'll
sort of
watch.
talk.
We'll see what we talk.
Well,
But
anyway,
listeners, if you got this far, thank you.
that's
Thank
what I
you
was
for
gonna
hearing
say,
what we
Earl.
had to say today.
No, hold on. I was gonna say everything you just said. I can't even believe it.
Do you think I
those
said
words,
it better than you could have? Or?
Oh, 100. You said it way better.
You think
than I
that was
would've said
funny,
it.
Rocco? You would have heard a lot better if your headphones were on.
So anyway,
So,
I was gonna.
listen. Thank you guys for getting this far.
Thank you guys. For getting
We
this
have
far.
people that are still. Chris, shut up.
I can't even believe you said that. I was gonna say the same fucking thing.
So I wanted to start talking about this week about goal setting and how important it is to set goals for yourself and what can you get better at. So next week we'll be talking about what can each of us get better at. We started already, but I think it would be pretty good for us and pretty good for our listeners. What can you work on to make yourself better? Unfortunately, we had our first live Ballbreakers fight.
One of the fans were asking for this.
One of the fans, you know what? Drama sells.
That's what I've been trying to
it's
say.
unfortunate, sometimes people have to get their feelings hurt in drama, but listen, thank you guys.
It's always no hard feelings though. We're all just breaking balls. So Rocco, why don't you send it off for us?
It was a great week. Win Monday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.